Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Resturaunt to Another World, episode 12. Now, I will say, bravo, Resturaunt to Another World. Bravo. This was actually a decent episode. I really liked it. I was actually taken aback that it was so interesting. I didn't actually lose patience with the episode, or I didn't like go, oh, how much more longer? Like you know, if you watch a really boring show, you tend to look at the timer at the bottom and go, oh, it's still got 20 minutes left or 15 minutes left, etc. I didn't do that with this week's episode, to be honest with you. I was watching it all the way through, and before I knew it, I was like, oh wait, it's already at 19 minutes. Oh crap. So essentially, the beginning of the episode is your usual. It's nothing really that much different. You know, the chef tells the girls that they're going to have a really busy day, and obviously they do. You know, you see the restaurant fill with all the various patrons that we've seen from the show so far, and, you know, you can see, like, he struggles a little bit with a lot of the stuff, but at the same time is composed enough that he gets everything out there, no one has to wait for their food, etc. And, by the way, the lion guy eats like a freaking tank. Holy crap. You know, he ordered like 3 pork bowls. Jesus Christ, dude! Like, those pork bowls are huge, and he ordered 3 of them. Damn. But you know, the part that was more interesting was the later half, the second half of the show. So we learn about this apparently ancient battle that took place, and we follow 2 characters, namely an older man and this one. I'm presuming the elves, by the way, and this younger guy, who, when they go to the restaurant, they begin talking, and they're talking more about the past, etc. They're talking about the war that apparently befell the nation. But one of the interesting things was a warrior woman named Yomi, who apparently was one of the strongest warriors they had on their team. And during a battle with like some kind of ancient force, she was transported to another world. It wasn't that she died per se, they didn't know if she died, but they knew that she disappeared to another world. She was like absorbed into a portal. What's interesting, though, is that, yes, we find out she didn't die. At least not right away. She lived her life in what I'm presume is modern-day Japan. That's what I'm presuming, because obviously the restaurant, I think, is set in Japan. That's one thing that I think the show mentions at the beginning of the story, is that while all the other worlds are different places, the restaurant itself is like nestled in a section of Tokyo, Japan. But the thing is that we find out a little bit more about Yomi's lineage, where apparently she had kids, grandchildren, etc. And one of those grandchildren is, lo and behold, our chef. So I was like, oh wow, we finally get to know some information about this dude. I've been asking for information about him for the longest. I've wanted to know who the hell the chef is that is okay dealing with people from different worlds and creatures and all this stuff, and he's able to just give them food. And, you know, I want to know more about him, because I think that's our main character, essentially, in many ways. But, you know, it's taken this long to do it. But yes, we find out that Yomi, who had been an excellent chef, like that's one thing our family apparently had going for them too, besides being excellent warriors with swords and magic. You know, she had at least her children train under different, you know, meanings of getting better as cooking, you know, better as chefs, I should say, and we're able to get better at cooking, etc. Lo and behold, one of them being the grandchild who's running the restaurant. So that's kind of cool. I thought that was very interesting. And apparently also we found out that Yomi most likely was related to the one guy who was telling the story about that as apparently his daughter. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I guess because elves don't age the same way, so that's why I'm thinking that's the case. But yeah, that was very interesting. I did like that. I thought that was a kind of interesting twist. So that's why, you know, maybe this guy has been around for so long is because he's got elven blood. Maybe he's got part human and part elven blood in him, so it keeps him alive a lot longer. Who knows? But I thought this week's episode was really good, and I enjoyed it. I would love to know, you guys, what do you think? Did you enjoy this week's episode too? Did it kind of rekindle the love for the show that maybe you had before or lost like I did? Because I'll be honest with you, now I'm excited for next week. I actually care about next week's episode. I want to see what happens next. But that's just me. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I have 2 other reviews today: Fate Apocrypha episode 12, and also I think Yokai Apartment episode 12 also. I'll get those out when I can, guys and girls. God bless you all. Bye bye.